I think we need to mark the occasion. I'm wearing jeans. Technically I was wearing sweatpants before, but they were black and it just sort of looked like it was a floating torso. But that is neither here nor there, because today in the viral kitchen, we are going to be making the cloud bread that you may have seen floating around TikTok, pun intended. There are these big fluffy breads. People have been doing all sorts of different variations on them. They tie-dye them. They've made savory ones, sweet ones, all these different varieties, just like with Dalgona coffee, same sort of thing. And also in my research, I came across another recipe. This one was on Pinterest, different ingredients. It's a super old recipe, but it's also called cloud bread. So I figured, let's just throw that into the mix. Let's test it out. I mean, at some point it probably was viral for whatever viral was at the time. But I am excited. I think this could be fun. If you guys have any other recipes that you have seen around the internet that you want me to test out in the next one, leave them down below. Or DM me on Instagram, because I got so many DMs from you just talking about different cloud bread recipes. And I watched all of them. So I'm gonna start off with the old school recipe first, because it's actually gonna take the longest to cook and cool. And this is supposed to be like sort of a bread substitute. So you could use it for sandwiches, par exemple. And looking at pictures of it, it kind of looks like a fluffy pancake, essentially. It doesn't look like that big fluffy cloud, like mound. That's the TikTok version. But we're gonna start with that. And for that, we need Francesca. Come here, old girl. Oh my gosh. She's not locked. Come here, Franny. So the first thing we're gonna do is very similar to the TikTok version, and we're gonna create sort of a meringue base. So we're gonna take 3 egg whites, we're gonna take 1/8 of a teaspoon of cream of tartar, and we're gonna whip it all together for a couple of minutes until stiff peaks form. So first, I gotta separate these carefully, because I do actually need the egg yolks. That part comes later. Okay, 1 down, 2 to go. Actually, I was telling my sister-in-law about this, and she was really curious about it. She had heard about this as an option, as like a bread substitute, and my mother-in-law has celiac. So this, if it's good, might be a good substitute. I don't know. Oh no, didn't get any in, it's fine. This is why I can't talk and crack eggs at the same time, because I cannot let any egg yolk get into this bowl. It's very important. Okay, did it. Hand washing. And then just mix it in with the cream of tartar. Okay, I don't have to do anything special for this one. Boop, get all in there. And then we are going to whisk it until it's fluffy. I want the floofster. All right, hang on. I already don't like this recipe because I should have added in the cream of tartar a little bit after the egg whites had started to form, not all together. You don't want the cream of tartar to kind of glom on in areas, you know? Okay, I think that's a little better. Let's try this again. Fluffy egg whites and go. Done. Voila. Looks like we have nice stiff peaks here. It's nice and fluffy. So now we can go on to phase 2. So now what we're gonna do is we are going to use the egg yolks, and we are going to combine it with cream cheese, which is what I saw most recipes use, though I guess you could use Greek yogurt as well. And I actually need a bigger bowl for that. This one will do nicely. And we're going to bloop the egg yolks in. Yes, bloop, I said it. And then we're going to add in 3 tablespoons of cream cheese. I like how I just automatically just moved to the side. Just let Francesca just own the whole space. And then I'm just mixing these together until they form a nice solid base. And we're gonna add the egg whites to it. Also, I should note, oven is heating up to 300 degrees. Mix, 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 mix. Smoosh, smoosh, mix, 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 mix. I mean, are you really mixing if you aren't creating your own sound effects? And while I mix this, I'm gonna ask you guys the same question I asked on Instagram, which is, are you team fall or team summer? Like, I feel like the last 2 weeks of August, people are either really excited for fall or are desperately clinging on to the last faint whispers of summer. I personally am on team summer. I really like the warm weather, and we get so much winter all the time that summer is just this nice bright spot in the year. Not mixed enough. It's still kind of lumpy from the cream cheese. I almost want to like whisk it. I want this to be like as smooth as possible. Smooth! All right, okay. This feels good. This feels like the right consistency right here. I'm just gonna check on these egg whites, make sure they're fluffy enough. I feel like they are. It's nice and fluffy. All right, now I'm gonna add some of the fluff, about a cup or so, to the mixture and then fold it in until it's well incorporated. And then I'm gonna add in the rest of the egg whites. We just wanna fold it in so we're not losing any of that nice volume from the egg whites. Now I'm just gonna dump the rest in. Boop. Can't leave that little scrape on the side. Let that soak for a little. We'll be back for you. Now fold this all in, and then we need to form it into little patties, I guess. Pieces of bread. One little piece of bread. Two little pieces of bread. I feel like I'm the Count from Sesame Street. Throwback. Okay. They say 6 portions. Hopefully I can do that. I feel like mine is gonna make a nice solid 5. All right, we got it. 6 separate pieces. Let's stick this in the oven. They're gonna go in for about 30 minutes or so, but then they need to cool for 60. So next up, TIK TOK cloud bread. All right, be delicious. Nope, just kidding. My oven lied to me. It's 350 right now. Almost 400 actually. Well, let's let that cool down a little bit. Stupid oven. While that's baking, let's go on to the TIK TOK version. This one I'm excited. I have like food gels out. This is gonna be great. Gotta go back and grab Francesca here. I feel really close to the camera. Hello. Oh my gosh, dropping things. Okay, there we go. Okay, we got her. All right, here we go. Round 2. And this one's super easy. This one only uses 3 ingredients. Actually, no, it's not 3 ingredients because I did some research on it. We'll get to that. So this one, we're gonna start out with our classic, the egg white. I'm not able to use the egg yolk after in this recipe, though I will use it in other ones. Ah, got an eggshell in there. Get out of there. Get out of there. 3 egg whites. Dunzo. And now I'm going to whisk up the egg whites until they're just slightly frothy. All right, frothy, little bubbly. We good. Now I want to add ingredient number 2, which is sugar. And this I'm going to pour in very slowly in until I get like a super bubbly kind of a mixture. All right, she bubbly. So now I'm going to sift in some cornstarch, which is ingredient number 3. Actually, before we get into the cornstarch, I'm gonna add in my secret ingredient. This is just one that I found when I was doing a lot of research. People said if you add in a little bit of vanilla, it kind of rounds it out, gives it more flavor. So I'm gonna do that. Where's my vanilla at? Beautiful. Add in a splash of that. Okay, just wanted to combine that. I'm just going to remove my little whisk here. And then we're adding in a tablespoon of cornstarch. And now we are going to mix this together until nice stiff peaks form in the meringue, because that is essentially what this is, right? This is just meringue. All right, we've got ourselves some nice delicious meringue. So now I think I want to separate them into a couple of different colors and then sort of swirl them together to make like a tie-dye thing. I'm very excited. So I'm gonna start by trying to divide it into 3 and just see if I have enough. 1, 2, 3. Got our food dyes, let's go. This is pretty fun. Look at that, ooh. So I thought sky blue, purple, and pink, right? It's gonna be so beautiful. So beautiful. I don't know how much to add. So we'll start with like a little bit, work our way up. I'm gonna try and fold in the color. Oh my gosh, guys, it's so pretty. I love it. I love it so much. Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing for the purple and the pink. Honestly, this might even be cool if you just swirled it with the white shade, just made it like a tie-dye that way. That could also be pretty. And now that I have all of my colors, now I'm going to start to mound and tie-dye them. I've seen a bunch of different ways that people have been doing this. I'm putting it onto a parchment lined baking sheet. Basically, you're just taking blobs of each color. Trying to remember where the spoon goes. Kind of shape them how you want, you know? A little blue over on this side. Boop. Really like the blue shade. I think it's my fave. Smoosh some little bit of purple over here too. You know? It's gonna be so good. Feel good about it? It's gonna be great. Then a little bit of pink over here, and then we are going to start to swirl it. Just a little bit. And then for this, I think I'm gonna use, I saw someone use like a metal straw to kind of swirl it. It's like something like this, and just use that to swirl. Christopher, look at my bread. I haven't swirled it yet.
Bread?
It's cloud bread.
All right.
I know.
Sure.
Sure, right? So then I take this and I just kind of like swirl it so it's almost like tie-dyed. Mm-hmm. It's not working as well as I thought I would. It's just more like cutting into it. I'm just gonna make it into like one big giant mound and then eat it. It's gonna be good. I made a savory version if you want to try that with me too.
Yeah. This is like sugary?
This one's more on the sweet side, yeah. I don't know how well this is gonna work, but it looks pretty. I said it looks pretty.
It looks so pretty.
Thank you, I know.
That's bread, eh?
I mean, it's 3-ingredient TIK TOK cloud bread. It has
TIK
all the
TOK.
things.
That makes sense.
You know.
Yeah.
So this one's the sweet version, and the other one is more savory. And it's like a sandwich bread replacement option, I guess.
It looks like cotton candy ice cream?
Yes, it does. Yeah, somebody put like cotton candy flavoring in it too. But I want to taste what it's gonna taste like as its own. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's starting to look like a brain. I need to stop playing with it, otherwise it's gonna go like gray. But now I'm gonna stick it in the oven. You want to try the savory version?
Yeah.
Look at them. They're like little pancakes,
Nice.
right? Yeah. So on this one, it has like some garlic butter and cheese. I just decided to put that on and let it melt while they came out of the oven.
Good call.
Yeah, but I left these ones, I was gonna say blank.
Some blank.
This is some blank one. Oh, they're really light. Feel how light that is.
Oh, yeah.
There's like nothing to that. All right.
It's like bread, but if it were a cloud.
Cloud bread. Boom. So I figured I have some salami and cheese so we can like make a sandwich and,
Yeah.
I don't know, try it both ways. Should we try it just first without anything on it?
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, okay, hold on.
Maybe a little butter. Maybe a little butter. Who's gonna have it plain?
No one is gonna have it plain.
Gotta give it a chance at least.
I'm gonna be honest, it feels really weird to be spreading butter on this.
Yeah.
It's like spreading butter on a meringue.
Which is also a good idea.
I don't know. Okay, well, enjoy. Well, I don't like it on its own, but
It's pretty much what I expected.
I think it's gonna be really good with the cheese and the garlic.
It's a bit more crumbly than I thought it would be. But, I mean...
It's very light and eggy, but in a savory way. Like, it does it tastes a little bit like the Japanese, the very fluffy pancakes.
Oh, yeah.
It's got a little bit of that angel food-ness to it.
Try some of this garlic and cheese.
That I can get on board for.
That's nice, yeah.
Almost like souffle-like. That's very good. And then, sandwich. Salami, a little cheese. And there's no gluten in this. It's a little crumbly, but sandwich-like.
As long as it keeps the ingredients in between the two halves, it's serving the purpose of bread in a sandwich.
It's a sandwich.
So it's not like, oh yeah, that's bread, that's a real sandwich. This is something different. but
Honestly, I
it's not
don't
bad.
mind it. Yeah. I find sometimes with gluten-free breads, they have this interesting aftertaste that I'm not quite fond of. But this one, it still feels bread-like, but in a very light, almost angel food cake kind of way.
Yeah, see that? It's like, there's no crust to it. I think that if you can't have gluten, or you're watching carb intake or whatever the case may be, yes, this works as a sandwich.
I would not eat it by itself, though.
No.
Like, I would eat a piece of bread on its own. I wouldn't eat this on its own. But as a sandwich, like, I would totally do this.
It works. It does what it said it would do.
And now we have to wait for my exciting tie-dye one. I'm pretty excited about it. Is it done yet? All right, guys, moment of truth. Let's break into this. So this is what it looks like. Not super appealing from the outside. And honestly, I really don't know if it's done. It went in for longer than the 25 minutes that they recommended at 300, but it still feels really, like, I don't know. It's very fluffy, right? Just hard to tell, if it's done. Well, the bottom is done. Oh, it's so bright. I'm so excited. So, like, I feel like it's done, but I wanted to break into it with you so we could admire its beauty on the inside. All right. Here we go. Break into it, see what it looks like. Oh, it's so bright and pretty. Like, look at that. Look at that. I am so excited. It's nice and squishy. Super vibrant. Oh my gosh, it looks incredible. Incredible. I don't know what it's gonna taste like, but it looks perfect. Oh my gosh, it's so sticky. It's so sticky. Like cotton candy. I'm gonna see if Chris wants to taste some. Chris, it's like sticking to my hands. It's so sticky. Ta-da!
Yeah, that's pretty.
Right? It's very fluffy. It's very pretty. It's very sticky. Like it's just full on sticking to my hand.
Have you tried it?
I haven't tried it yet. It keeps breaking off because like everything it's just like covered. Like it's got sugar in it.
I don't know how to expect this to taste.
It's very fluffy, squishy. I don't know.
It's kind of good.
It's almost like French toast. But like
Yeah, I see where you're going with that.
Right?
Yeah. Eggy and bready kind of in a way. That's the right amount of sweetness, actually.
It's actually kind of good.
It is absolutely not bread,
No.
but it's tasty. I absolutely did not expect to like that.
Really?
Yeah, I was pretty down on that going in.
And honestly, it does taste very good. I would recommend putting the vanilla in because I bet that did make a big difference. It's really fun. It's like a super easy recipe to follow. It's delicious. It's angel food cake meets French toast.
That's what it is, angel food cake. That's the level of sweetness.
Yeah, I think it's good.
Only question is, what is the use for that? Like, what do you do with this?
I would eat it.
Here. I'm going to keep doing. But is there any application of this in the real world?
I think it's just a dessert.
Okay.
I think it's like a pretty looking dessert thing. That is the application of
Sure.
it. Do you like this better than the Pinterest one? The one I found. It's not an actual Pinterest one. It's just like the, I don't know, sandwich bread version.
Yeah. They're completely different applications, but this came out more impressive. And I wonder if, like, now the tie-dye, that would kind of be weird, but, like, could you do that with, like, sliced strawberries and whipped cream in a glass sort of thing?
Ooh, like, that'd be pretty.
If you
have like little
pieces,
even if you had little pieces like this and then put whipped cream and strawberries and made it a dessert,
yeah,
it'd be pretty looking.
Yeah, I don't think the tie-dye I would do.
Why?
Not with strawberries though. You don't want red with that. It clashes.
But what if you did like a galaxy thing, or you could put like some people have done like just straight up blue, or put like Oreo crumble in it and stuff. I don't know how I feel about crumbles of Oreo. Maybe on top. I feel like we'd get mushy.
Yeah, like as a topping, sure.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd mix it in.
I think it was delicious. And it's like very satisfying to like peel apart and look at. I just want to look at it all day. I'm very proud of myself. And it didn't turn gray.
Just one more.
I guess I'll just eat the rest of it then. Thank you for our session. Have you guys tried cloud bread, either the savory version or the sweet version before? Let me know if you liked it, or if you would make it again, or make it at all. I really liked it. I thought it was really tasty, and I'm trying not to eat all of this. I'm trying to save some for my children to try. If there are any other viral recipes you guys want me to test out in the viral kitchen, leave a comment down below. Let me know what it is. And yeah, I hope you guys are having a great weekend. And I'll see you guys all in my next video. Love you all. Mwah. I'm covered in clouds.